Ever since I was little, I had this like huge obsession with Halloween, and I mean huge. Like, I loved all the creatures that came with it. So I'd often pretend to be a vampire, as one does, and howl at the moon every so often. And I'd even make up my own little like horror characters and comics to pass the time between the holidays. The one thing I absolutely could not stand to even think about was the undead. Zombies scared the absolute shit out of me. Like, I'm not even joking. I can't even like talk about it. The idea of some like brainless thing ripping my precious young little guts out, not a fan. Like, no. Of course, as I grew up and over my baby bat days, I embraced the aesthetic and the look of being undead through, gothic cartoons and comics. And it's fun looking like a fashionable undead corpse, but even now I can't stand to even think about zombies. As I went about my days in Catholic elementary school, I developed a healthy paranoia of those flesh-eating, brain-devouring things. Like, literally every room I went into, I was scanning and looking for ways to get out in case a zombie just decided to bust through the door or something. I was so ready to just beat the utter crap out of these things with my little fists. I'd be thinking, okay, yeah, like, first thing first, I'll use like my pencil and just jab it in there. That's totally foolproof. Or like, I know, I'll use my scissors or something, to just go nuts, go ham during math class. And like, totally normal thoughts. It got worse as time went on. My fear followed me to sports. Every time I'd be out in the field just during practice, I'd stare out into like the forest waiting for like a horde of zombies to just come through the clearing, and I'd hightail out of there. Like, absolutely, I'd be gone. Obviously, it never came, so I lived to survive another day. Then, of course, I'd go home for the night. As you can imagine, it was not much better there either. No one should be sweating bullets at 2:30 in the morning on a school night, worrying about imaginary corpses under their bed. To combat this, I'd put on my special, like, foolproof and patented monster hat to ward off these beasts. It was shaped like an alien. As always, it worked, and I was able to fall asleep. Now, nowadays, I haven't necessarily overcome my fear of zombies, but I have just merely accepted the fact that if a zombie apocalypse were to happen, I'm gonna make sure I look nice, and I'm just gonna go in and lay down on my floor and ending it all right there, because no way am I gonna deal with all of that mess. Not me.